everyone, welcome to the next episode of the Beach Court Podcast. It's a little chilly down in Florida. I don't like it. Please take your cold back. But what's not chilly is Charizard Infernal raining all over everyone in Stuttgart, Germany this weekend. Who knew that Charizard was going to be back this weekend? Not me. But we'll talk about the Stuttgart results and all of our opinions on how the meta is going to shift based on the results of Stuttgart. Of course, touch on some of the cards from Phantasmal Flames and kind of see what did well this weekend and how decks might shift and change going forward. We'll have our trivia segment. We don't have Parker this week. Sadly, he's not feeling well. But I still will try to stop Maddox because I give Maddox cruel punishment.
What did I do to deserve this?
I mean, playing UV Max.
I don't even have Parker's wealth of knowledge
every week
to help me out.
Where do you want me to start? But yeah, and then we're going to finish it off this week talking about pace of play and how we would maybe change some of the time rules. There was a lot of discussion on Twitter about chess clock potential, and I watched Zol stream a lot, and he talked about urgency and players having a lack of urgency. So we'll talk about and give our opinions on that topic. And then lastly, we'll close it out by taking a look at what off-meta decks, quote-unquote, did well in Stuttgart and what decks surprised us. So that's what we're going to talk about today. But Maddox, how you doing? How was your week? How was your Thanksgiving? What was your favorite side, and what was your side that someone brought and you didn't ask for it?
Yeah, week's been good. Was in New Orleans visiting some family for Thanksgiving, so always enjoy that trip. Fortunately, smooth travel. Didn't go to any locals. I've been playing some live online lately, so no locals update for me. The deck I have been playing actually is Charizard with Dawn, but a little bit more of like a Charizard low punny build, kind of similar to what Tord played, except without the extra pile cards like the Oricorio and the Mega Zard type of thing. So again, the Zard fix, and now everyone is. But in terms of Thanksgiving, it was nice. Always good to be with family. For a while, there was actually a risk to Sweet Potato Casserole making the menu, which was alarming, just given its placement on our tier list from last week. But fortunately, got there. We did have Sweet Potato Casserole. I helped make the topping. Instead of a marshmallow topping, we actually went with like a pecan brown sugar topping. So it came out quite delicious. So always got to give a nice shout out to that. And honestly, we had less people than normal, so a lot of the food is the stuff that we made. So, again, the cornbread stuffing that isn't as good as my dad's stuffing was brought, but I just ignore that and eat the good stuffing. So, pretty successful Thanksgiving overall. 5 pies, all delicious. I had to, ensure they're all delicious to do my part.
5
pretty
pies?
nice. 1 blueberry, 1 pecan, 1 pumpkin, and 2 icebox lemon.
That's a lot.
Well, I know it was what, like 15 people, and we ate the food for 3 days, so it all worked.
I mean, we didn't. That's fair. How was your travel? Were the airlines busy or?
No, it's pretty smooth. I mean, just Delta into like Jack's Atlanta to New Orleans and back type of thing. So pretty smooth travel. Fortunately, I was kind of worried this was travel. Yeah, I was kind of worried this was just a travel weekend, but it was pretty fine. TSA pre-check. Which has been a godsend ever since. Right? No direct. I mean, they have some direct flights, but it's weird times. So, fortunately, I made the smart decision of getting TSA pre-check before doing all this Pokemon traveling. So now
pre-check's the best. If you're traveling to Pokemon events regularly and you don't have pre-check, you're literally misplaying. It's the best.
Use code BeachCourtPod when you sign up for. No, we're not sponsored, but I would love to be sponsored by them. But honestly, it's worth it. What people don't know is that TSA pre-check is $80 or so. At least that's what it was before.
That's for 5 years.
It lasts for 5 years.
Yeah.
So if you fly if you fly one round trip a year, then you're paying $8. What for 5 years? Then you're paying $8 per flight for that convenience. Not to take off your shoes, faster line, all that stuff.
10
flights.
Yeah. Oh, 10 flights.
Well, 10. Well, because 1 flight there, 1 flight back.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so 5. That's just 5 round trips of flight in 1 year.
Sure.
Or sorry, in 5 years. But so if you fly any more than that, it's just you just save time. I love getting to the airport an hour before my flight leaves and be fine. But that's also a benefit of Jacksonville. If you have a big airport, if you live in Chicago, don't take that advice. But
the broken strategy though is getting a credit card with a reward that gives you priority pass. That way you're getting rewards for the credit card and you're also getting priority pass, which gives you access like all the like clubs at the airports. Dude,
Or just fly with Eric to Merida, so he lets you into the lounge and
dude,
you don't have to do it
it's the
yourself.
best, dude. Free alcohol and drinks and food and comfy chairs. Like that's the one thing the airport sucks.
You have charger access.
Like it's so nice.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too, just because I mean, my other thought is I don't like spending that long of time in an airport.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah,
that way I need the lounge, but I don't know, but part of me is thinking like, maybe it wouldn't be that bad. You'll get a free meal, or if I have a layover.
But also, exactly, if you're going to be flying from Jax, which you've been doing more,
no,
you're going to have layovers a lot. So,
yeah,
might as well get it. Yeah, but for me, my Thanksgiving was good. Played some GLC on Tuesday at locals. We had 8 players. Pretty good turnout for our GLC crowd here in Jacksonville. So, hopefully to continue to see that grow. Took it down to second place. I played my Lost Zone GLC deck. I lost. Funny story. So a lot of people don't have decks. So I have 3 decks. All 3 of my decks were in the tournament. I got paired into my fighting deck round 1 and just absolutely bricked, and they destroyed me. And then I got paired into my my grass deck later, beat it. But all 3 of my decks did finish in like the top 4, like second, third, and fourth were my decks.
Love it.
I was pretty. So I guess this week I get the locals crown.
There you go.
You guys didn't attend anything. But yeah, for me, my favorite side. It's not even a day, dude. Sweet potato casserole is just like the best thing on the planet. And we actually had marshmallows and pecans. So
whoa, new technology.
It's so good. And then the side that I didn't ask for, but someone brought was oyster casserole.
I mean, listen, it's oysters, like it can't be that bad.
I mean,
but also like, but also like, if it's an oyster casserole in New Orleans, then like I know it's good because it's like New Orleans, like Cajun oysters.
I'm sure it was good. I'm not an oyster fan, so I didn't touch it. But like, even just like the thought of having oysters, I was like, what the heck, bro? Oysters on Thanksgiving, like.
Oh, oysters are good. I feel like I've had like an oyster stuffing or oyster casserole, like I think.
Oh, that's what it was, like a stuffing. Yeah, sorry, like the casserole, like a stuffing.
Yeah.
People really enjoyed our tier list. I had a lot of fun making that list. People were really upset about the tamales.
Listen, I advocated for them in the same level as Big Ziti, and y'all shot me down.
You did.
So like, when we're getting flamed on Twitter, I'm like, hey, I try. Like, tamales are good all year round.
We also got flamed for pumpkin pie being too low, which was you. Like, you almost got blocked by a friend because of it.
Hey, listen. No, Xander, love you, bud, but agree to disagree. No, actually, not gonna lie. As I was eating my pumpkin pie, my sliced pumpkin pie, for Thanksgiving, I was like, like this is maybe a little better than I gave it credit for.
Yeah, okay, that's good. That's good. So I see you just trying to like grovel to like Xander's feet, right? And you're just trying to like make up a little bit. So like I get it. It's fine.
But I mean, it's not. I mean, again, there are 4 pies there, and pumpkin's still my least favorite of the 4. But like,
you said you have 5. Now, how do you have 4?
Well, sorry, we had 2 icebox lemons. So I mean, yes, I could say it was less favorite than both of them, but like, it's only 4 different pies.
So my family,
5 total pies, 4 different pies.
Have you ever heard of Kentucky Derby pie?
Is that like the syrup pie?
No, it's like a chocolate chip pie, basically. It's like a chocolate chip pie. It's got nuts in it. Yeah, it's really just like a big freaking chocolate chip, and it's my favorite, and they make it every year.
Nice.
Had that. I've got 1 slice of it left. I did make a whole turkey, my first whole turkey by myself on Friday, because BJ's gave you a free one if you spent $150.
Oh, you just bought a whole other turkey after?
Well, I got it for free.
Oh, well, you received a whole other turkey,
yeah.
And then
I made it on Friday, so I had my sister over, and we kind of hung out. I went and saw the Now You See Me, Now You Don't too.
Oh, yeah.
3.
What's the third one? Yeah, third one, yeah.
And it was good. I liked it. It was good. You saw them.
Nice.
All right. Well, enough, banter. Come on. People are here for
turkey talk.
Pokemon talk. Let's jump over to Limitless Labs and discuss the results of the Stuttgart Regionals. And none other than Charizard Noctowl from Nikolai taking it all down, going 15-0-3. And this was what's his name? I'm blanking.
Oscar Madsen.
Thank you. Oscar Madsen's list, who had it posted in his Discord. I saw it. It's a good list. Did take it down against the unfavored matchup of Dragon Ball Dusknair. But man, I don't know. How much did you watch of the stream this weekend? Did you watch like a lot or just like
I watched a good bit on I
okay?
watched a good both days, mainly
Alexander was on
Sunday, if
like
anything.
maybe 3 or 4 times, depending on like his run.
Mhm.
Every time he was on, that man was like struggling to draw cards, like every single time, and that's basically how finals went. He just literally could not get going.
Yeah,
But we
finals is
see,
pretty brutal for him. Yeah.
oh, we do see the Charizard, Charizard, Pidgeot, Noctowl, Klefki, 2-1-1, Dusknoir, but 4 Dawn list. Take it all down. In finals, the Klefki is a very good card. In some matchups, like he hit the Terror Box and just put the Klefki in the active turn 1, and they were just like, I don't know.
I saw that game. That was
Like
pretty
I
brutal.
just like I don't know what to do. But to be fair, his hand was dead in one of the games. Um,
Yeah.
I like this deck. I mean, it's solid.
Yeah, I mean, I think the big thing here, right, is we have a lot of the pieces from this Charizard core that we've come to know, right? This is, you think back to Jackson Ford winning Milwaukee with this, Zard build plus the Dusknoir, plus the Klefki, the Jet Energies, like Briar, kind of all those pieces back. But here we have like a brand new like envisioning of the deck. Supposed to go in like a slower Evo route, right? We have this great deal of consistency supporter in Dawn, searching for basic stage 1 and a stage 2. And in a deck where your goal is just to set up a Pidgeot as aggressively as possible, Dawn being able to grab your Noctowl, your Pidgeot, plus Pheasantipity, plus a Duskull, plus a Charmander, whatever it is, and then just go evolve, or your Terapagos, right, to activate your Noctowl, most importantly.
True.
So I can go like, all right, Terapagos down, evolve Noctowl, Jewel Seeker, and I just go like, double Candy, Candy Pidgeot, and a quick search for Zard, right? And you're swinging, right? I mean, like that, the ability to get your whole board set up off of just this one supporter is, really why it's here. And again, I mean, and this is a brand new like innovation on the way of building the deck. As opposed to having to rely on some like the slower like Evo or playing a heavy Lilies count, right? You're playing a objectively like probably stronger power in terms of like you have Dusknoir and Charizard and Briar and all these great tools, but you're playing it with the Noctowl engine that we've seen in so many other decks be successful with.
Yeah, I mean, I like this list. I think some of the cool things I like about the list is like just Terapagos being so easy to set up. With 2 attachments. Like turn 1, you got a slow turn, but you have Terapagos. Like, all right, cool, I'll attach fire. And turn 2, you're like, yeah, I'll just attach fire again. Or even with Charizard, when you Infernal Rain, you can put 1 on the Terapagos to be ready later. To not need a candy, you can just go, all right, quick search for Briar, attach energy. Okay.
Exactly, yeah. And in some matchups where you can go wide enough, right? I mean, the problem with Charizard is it can only hit 180 on the first attack, but if you have a fully loaded board and you play 2 areas, your underdecks for that, you can hit up to 240, or sometimes you just need to hit the 220 or the 180 or the 200 just to KO a more support 2-prizer. And your ace spec is Prime Catcher. So I mean, it's really easy to build just like a pop-off turn where you're just initiating the prize trade. Not saying to your opponent, okay, respond. Like, you now have to deal with this.
Something that stood out to me is the lack of like a Chi-Yu or a Moltres for the Goldengo matchup. How do you feel the Goldengo matchup goes for this deck?
So we saw this on stream against Drew Stevenson, who again talented. Actually, no, I'm looking at the wrong matchup. Sorry. We saw this against in top 4 against Oof. I don't know exactly how to say their name. Apologies.
Yeah.
Top 4 place was Tango. Ufe, yeah. I mean, and to me, it seemed kind of tricky. I think Ufe didn't draw extremely well in top 4. We could have maybe seen that go the other way. But ultimately, I think what really carries a lot of weight is, the easy access to Briar, and then also having another way to initiate the prize trade besides a Charizard. I think, again, the top 4 match is the only one we saw, and to Nikolai's point, he beat 2 other Goldengos before.
No, I mean, he definitely won.
So obviously something works here. I feel like it's a little unfavored, but really the thing you're going here is if you're able to go and get a 2-prize KO or catch up to a 2-prize KO, again, you have Goldengo taking the first prize with the Soul Rock, and then you go respond. Even if you just take a prize, sometimes that's okay. 1 prize to go down to 1. And then they either need to go 2-2-2, and you can try to disrupt them out of it, or you can force them to, again, if they have a 2-prizer in play and you're at 4 prizes, you can go Dusknoir, or you can play Briar, Dusknoir KO, a Lunatone, and then take a 3-prize KO. So like you have some ways to cheat the prize trade, even if you're at 4 prizes type of thing.
Yeah, because it
Um,
does feel like Goldango needs 4 attacks. Like a Goldango can never do it in 3 attacks. It
they do.
seems
They truly need. They truly need. I mean, I think mathematically they always need
four.
4, unless you start a Tropicos or your Czar and you put a Pidgeot and play without KOing it type of thing.
Yeah,
Also the Dusknoir option just being there to go and also before Goldango could play around it by evolving all of their Goldangos.
yeah,
But now when you're so reliant on Solrock and Lunatone, then you always have that like
yeah,
juicy 110 HP guy just
yeah,
sitting there ready to
yeah.
get Curse Blast.
How do you think? I know this is our topic for later, but I want like now that we're kind of like thinking about this. How do you think? How does Goldango respond to this? Like, how does Goldango respond to Charizard being in the meta? How to respond to like the regular Charizard deck with Chi-Yu being in it? Like, what is Goldango's best like combat to this?
I mean, I think I mean again, I think Goldango as a deck is still fine, right? I mean, we saw what 3 of them in top 9 cuts. I mean, obviously still a very, very strong deck that's continuing to do well. I don't necessarily know if it needs anything new to deal with this. I think if anything, more the weakness is, are we missing responses onto that first Zard? We sometimes, again, we know that our opponent plays Briar, so we have to push through this Charizard, which we have to do sometimes instead of going through like the Pidgeot if we want to like force him to set something else up. But at the same time, I mean, at the same time, it's hard to add a lot to Goldango for this.
It is, yeah. I
And
mean,
you
I
just
think
need
the only
to be
thing I see is
aggressive.
like the Premium Power Pro thing and Vitality Band to respond to Chi-Yu is like the only thing I see well. Because Chi-Yu's 110, right? Or is it 120?
Yeah, I mean, it's 110, so that does work
Okay.
for a Chi-Yu. It's more there for Mirror than for the
Right,
Chi-Yu, but
right.
it does work as well.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, actually, you're okay to take you're okay to use a Goldango to KO the Chi-Yu, because a lot of times how the prize race goes is Goldango will take the first knockout, and then they go Chi-Yu respond KO a Goldango, for example.
Yeah.
And then you can KO that Chi-Yu with another Goldango, and then it's 4-4, and your opponent can't take a KO on a Goldango with Charizard Burning Darkness.
Right. Yeah.
So some of the math matters less there. I think if you're a Goldango player, then you just kind of say like, I'm not really worried about
Yeah, I
Zard
mean,
that much. I mean,
we
yes,
do
it's
see
around.
Goldango do well, right? We got what 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Goldangos in top 16 here.
Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's
did
the deck.
not do well.
Exactly. I mean, it did not do well. If anything, it's the deck to beat right now.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the most popular deck in day 2. I'm pretty sure, 21%.
And had a very strong conversion rate as well.
Yeah, 25% conversion. Guardy Jelly 25. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it just seems weird to me that like I don't see how this Charizard Noctowl build does so well into it, but I guess maybe the Briar access is just so good because you've always got something.
Yeah, I mean, I might need to just run some games. I mean, I'm thinking if Goldango like takes the first 2 before Charizard can actually attack, and then they have to just take 1. But at the same time, like then you can use Dusknoir Briar. I can use Dusknoir Briar then, but I mean, there's a few ways to like manipulate things otherwise, to, like increase your damage. So
We saw Oyvind in top 8. He did play the Chi-Yu.
yeah, and I mean, shout out to Oyvind. I mean, who's been on really good runs lately with Charizard.
Yeah,
I mean, right,
yeah.
especially his top cut at Worlds, and has continued to do well since then. And here another top cut. So shout out to Oyvind. It wasn't quite his list that made it. Again, it was the Dawn Noctowl Zard that did well. Oyvind's list is a little more what we've got
Yeah,
just for like conventional
Just 4 lilies and
Charizard right
draw
now.
cards. Rest of the top 8 looking here, left top 9 cut, excuse me. The only thing that kind of stood out as a surprise deck was the Joltik Goldango coming in at 9th place with the trolley build. You don't see the trolley too much in this deck, I don't think.
Yeah, it's my first time looking at this list, but again, actually the Galvantula EX as well as an additional inclusion. We go along with the baby Galvantula, of course, is like a tech grass type attacker. So
it's just good to have guys that evolve your 30 HP with Monkey Dwyer flying around everywhere, man. It does matter.
Yeah. That makes sense. And also, I mean, one inclusion I do like if you're expecting a lot of Jelly Guardy, if you're expecting Badoo, there's 3 counts of Brock Scouting. We've seen this in some lists. It hasn't been like super popular in a lot of the Goldango or Joltik Goldango lists, but here again, I like opting for the 3 Brock Scouting, especially when you play all these extra evolutions. When you play the 2 different Galvantulas, like you want extra ways to find those evolutions, but then also just gives you that setup consistency too.
Yeah, we saw him lose to Dragapult Dusknoir in top 9 cut. But the issue mainly there is that no Clefairy. No Clefairy.
Yeah, no tech otherwise to hit the extra damage with Pikachu. You do play a Picnic Basket, which I'm sure helps a little bit, but probably not quite enough. You just need to go like really aggressive hands.
And we gotta go Hands Charm and like Pray. You can get 4 from that.
And then find 2 prizes somehow.
Yeah.
Which sometimes they can set up a board where you can't even do that.
So, yeah, I like the. I mean, I know this is the board.
Well, I guess you go Goldango. Sorry,
Goldango, right? Like that's what they're trying to do is go Goldango, right? Penny Goldango is what they're trying to do. A lot.
Well,
Penny Iron Hands back up and then attack Goldango.
Yeah, if you have to, yeah. But it's hard to find those supporters when you need it, especially.
Yeah, it is. It's a deck I've enjoyed. Talked about it before. Okay, so rest of the top 9. Anything else to call out here?
Yeah, I mean, I think the main thing, right, it's only 3 different archetypes in these top 9 decks, right? We see 2 Charizards, 3 Dragapults, and 3 Goldango, and then 1 Goldango Joltik, so a little different here.
Yeah.
The Goldango lists, again, it's kind of all the same group. Daniel Magda, Drew Stevenson, and me, they've been running like similar lists for a while. They have some of those lists that did well in day 2 as well. Again, opting for either no Cornerstone tech or opting for the Mega Mawile. So, pretty close to, and we see a pretty solid core of this Goldango Rocks build. Some include a Monkey Dory, some include the Mawile, some don't.
The top 4 list I'm not hitting Cornerstone.
Yeah, we saw Owen Cameron play the Mega Lopunny. He made top 16 with Goldango. So, and good time to be playing Goldango. Yes, he did.
I didn't catch that.
He played the Lopunny, and the Hops Cram. So a bunch of options, and the Evo. So plenty of pretty cool options. So again, there's a lot of different cool ways to play Goldango right now, and it's very well positioned. So continues to be a deck to watch out for. I think the biggest standout is we saw no Gardevoir in top cut. We saw no Grimmsnarl. We saw no Absol Box. Right, some of these other decks that have been mainstays for a while, just didn't quite make the cut.
Ceruledge, man?
Oh, I don't even get me started on Ceruledge. I don't.
Oh my god, dude, 77? Oh.
I mean, also in fairness, I mean, I think Ceruledge is not a very popular deck in Europe compared to North America.
I mean, it was
highest placing Ceruledge is only at 77.
Still 100 people, basically.
Yeah, I mean, the deck just isn't it right now.
Horrible, man. It's horrible. Okay, so before we move on to some other questions, let's call it some other kind of cool things up here towards the top. Who was I going to give a shout out to up here?
Well, I think we do want to shout out, right? While there wasn't any Guardies that made top cut, there were 3 Gardevoirs in top 16.
Mm-hmm.
All some pretty strong pilots of them as well, including Rune, who has had, I think, already a regional win this year. The first regional of the season.
Not the 17th place. The bubbles are crazy.
Yeah, I mean, hey, it's tough out there.
Bubbles are crazy. Okay, so let's take a look at that meta game. Let's start what's going to do. So we saw Goldango be the most popular deck in day 1. Dragapult, second most popular. Charizard, Guardy Jelly, Guardy, and then Mega Absol rounded out. So pretty, standard-ish. Top 6. I mean, the only one stand out is I don't think Charizard's been on the graphic for a while. So, people really knew that Charizard was a good play for this tournament.
Yeah, it was funny. Charizard didn't even make the graphic technically, but because they had it split up into a Charizard Pidgeot and a Charizard Dusknoir.
Oh, okay.
So each of those were 5%. So it wasn't even on the graphic, but it got bumped up from there, which was kind of interesting. But yeah, I mean, again, people knew that Charizard was in good shape. Again, people saw Gabriel Fernandez have a great run with it at LAIC. There's a lot of reasons to be excited about Charizard. Again, it had the Lopunny, which maybe seemed like an easy to plug in cornerstone answer. You have Dawn, which seemed appealing for the deck. You have a new Charmander. You have a new Charmeleon. You have the Megazard you could include. So you have a bunch of different options that you could throw in with it. And again, there's just some inherent power to quick search and, self-energy acceleration, right? This is why we've seen Charizard, be a mainstay in the game for pretty much ever since it's been printed, just because of that inherently powerful ability. And again, it's a deck that the more turns you have, if you can slow the game down, you're getting more quick searches, getting more powerful, it puts you in a very, very good position to cause out some good sets. Yeah,
and before we move on and talk about how the meta is going to adapt, I do want to just a couple of questions about some decks that did not do well. First up on the list is Marty's Grimstarl, the best placing list, did not have the Snow Run Frostlass combo in it. 48th place, but with all these stage 2 decks doing well, you would think that Marty's would be picking on them a little bit. What's the problem with Marty's right now?
I'm trying to think. I feel like there was something from this most recent set that just made Marnie's like a worse play. I think
Well,
prop
Battle Cage,
potential.
right? If someone's
Yeah, I mean,
playing
again,
it.
Battle Cage as a card existing is going to be like inherently tricky for Grimmsnarl. It's something where you have to like prepare for it. I also just don't know like I don't think it saw a super high like play rate, so
No,
probably
it
just
was
maybe
because
a
there
little.
was rule edge.
Yeah, I mean, just like a deck that kind of people went away from. I think it
Was
maybe
Piper
seemed
in
like a
there?
hey, let's wait and see type of thing. Piper was not there, no. It seemed more like a kind of a wait and see thing from the Grimmsnarl decks of saying, okay, I need to see how like the world is going to react to Battle Cage being out. And also, I think you run into some like tricky, aggressive matchups right now. Also, I think your matchup in Nagardi probably got worse, arguably, with Mega Diancie.
Yeah,
Gave you more
true.
options to go and
True.
quickly attack and hit a lot of damage. So, again, like even if one of your best matchups is now like a worse matchup, it seems just like a lot of issues. Of course, this 50th place list or around top 64 list, really respecting Goldango. And again, that's the other tricky part. You don't have a great Goldango matchup because they're playing Tony Turo, they're playing Picnic Basket, right? It's issues there. So I opted for the 2-1 Toad Scroll line, the very aggressive way to help deal with Goldango,
Yeah.
which I think is the right call.
Yeah, I think it is too. Because you can't really beat Goldango consistently, but I feel like it should pick on Charizard a little bit and also pick on Dragapult. So, but I guess I didn't think about the Diancie. Diancie's probably the reason why it didn't do super well. Diancie's tough to deal with.
Right.
And then the next deck I wanted to ask about the why it didn't do well, and maybe it's the Diancie's the answer, is Mega Absol. The highest placing deck was 53rd.
Yeah, I mean, again, I think the Mega Absol Cornerstone deck, right? I mean, had this great like niche when it was like, right brand new on the scene, people weren't ready for it. But now it's a known quantity, right? I mean, the list is like fairly optimized. There isn't
Yeah,
really any new like changes or innovations that we've seen yet. So right now, the problem with playing Absol Kangaskhan is like, okay, well, Zard has always been a tricky matchup, and they pretty much all play Klefki now, and now the Zards are even more consistent than ever because you're not even like it's not even like you can go KO their Pidgeot or like Debo the Pidgeot. It's like okay, well now they just have Noctowls too potentially.
oh, and also even like the Terapagos goes through Cornerstone.
Yeah, exactly right. I mean, also, and that's the other thing.
Ah,
Like more decks are respecting Cornerstone, so like even right, Glow Putty exists that just one shots a Cornerstone. And also just a very easy like efficient attacker to use that can just like swing
yeah,
into these big
yeah,
basics.
yeah.
Like you said, the Tropicos is a good cornerstone out from Charizard decks.
Mm.
Diancie is a problem for this too. Again, you have Mega Absol 280. Like used to like give Guardiolas problems like, oh, how are they going to knock you out? If they leave damage, then you're going to get monkeyed back with. And then if they play Drifloon, which most of them even weren't, and now they're just like, Diancie double monkey, your Absol's dead. Like it's more
Yeah,
trivial.
if you don't have Charm, yeah.
Right, you don't have charm in these other ways. So again, I think like the decks that it was good in, it just lost some of those ways, and we haven't seen Mega Absol like adapt to that. Doesn't have a great answer for Diancie. It relied on beating Zard and like Goldango with Cornerstone, and now those decks are better built to beat Cornerstone, especially Goldango. I mean, all of Goldango decks are now playing a Mawile or Lucario or Lopunny.
Yeah.
They're refusing to say I lose to Cornerstone. Of course, Hufei did, but but like for the most part, they're all ready for
Well,
Cornerstone.
so
So we
did
need to see it.
Oscar's friend. Why am I blanking on his name? Just got top 4. Anyways,
Yeah.
someone
Again, a
else.
lot of them were just ready to say like, hey, they're ready to beat Cornerstone. So again, we need to see perhaps like a shifting down of the meta where maybe we have a new answer for Diancie
Yeah.
and we have decks not respecting Cornerstone because at a certain point, Omega Absol's doing terrible. No one's playing Cornerstone. Then people cut the Cornerstone text, right? If you
Right.
look at
Right.
this past weekend, again, if you're prepping for like Toronto or like Merida, like, are you really worried about Cornerstone? Like, the answer is probably no.
Well, let's talk about it. Right. What are the like based off of this tournament results? Give me like if you had to say what are the 6 decks to beat for Toronto? What are those 6 decks for you?
I mean, the decks to beat. I mean, again, while we're still in this format, even though Guardy Jelly did not make a top 8,
Yeah,
I still think that is still a deck to beat
for
that we
sure.
have to be ready for, right? Diancie still just makes it so powerful.
Especially NA
Um,
regionals. Like, I mean, look what Cal
yeah,
Connor's doing online. The guy won back-to-back Tournament of Dooms, like large tournaments with
mhm.
the same Guardian Jelly list.
Now, again, Cal's an incredible player, but I also think that he is like far and beyond like better than the players playing in that.
Hey now.
Well, even if I mean, like again, it's like, it's not, again, it's like it's a difference of like winning an online tournament versus like, top cutting a regional. Because
I mean,
like,
but still, there's something to say about like doing that, right?
no, I agree. Again, that consistency and that and again, what we have seen is that there are so many North American players who will continue to pilot Guardy until it
That's right.
rotates.
That's right.
So like for that reason alone, like when again, if Henry Chow's pet deck was like Alakazam, like that deck would probably be broken, right? I mean, again, it's just like when you have this much brain power and attention on this, and like spending so much time optimizing the list, like it's going to be good as long as the deck is like has an inherent power. Maybe
Yeah.
Alakazam couldn't quite,
Yeah.
but whatever deck it is, like if it was Dragapult or Rosard, we've seen plenty of Dragapult strong pilots. Like it's the strong pilots who keep playing these decks are doing well, and Stuttgart's a great example where we see incredible Goldango pilots continuing to do well with Goldango.
Yeah.
Right. They know the deck well. It's very optimized and they're strong players playing a deck they know. But back to your point, I mean, the decks to look out for, I mean, I think the big ones are still Guardy Jelly, Goldango, Charizard now has to be in the picture after the strong showing.
Sure.
And again, a strong play rate. Dragapult is still always around, which maybe is better if more people are playing Charizard. Maybe that's better. Maybe that makes Guardy better. Ruh-roh. But again, behind those four decks, it's like a little bit open season, right?
It is open, yeah.
Like Grimmsnarl doesn't seem that good. Mega Absol doesn't seem that good. There's like this Mega Lopunny Dusknoir, which seems like interesting, but probably still has a few issues. I mean, is Ceruledge gonna see play? I mean, I view it really as like, I mean, it's almost like this top 4 deck meta almost.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is. I think there's 5. There's 5 decks, right? There's Charizard, Dragapult. I'm not doing any order. Charizard, Dragapult, Goldango, Gardevoir. Like those are the big 4, right? Like
Yeah.
I would agree that those are the big 4. But then when you're looking at it after that, I think the number 5, like you just have to be able to beat and respect is the Absol deck. Like of like Absol and Grimmsnarl and like Ceruledge and Alakazam and Lopunny Dusknoir and all these other decks that are out there in Zoroark, like the one to test against the most would be Mega Absol, in my opinion. Why? Because it's the deck that's kind of the scariest, right? Like, while yes, it hasn't had a lot of innovation since Tord made the deck, it's a semi-control deck. And any control deck, like any semi-control type deck, like you need to know what your deck does against a control style deck that's in format. And if you feel like you have a bad matchup into that, like it might be a matchup worth teching for. Like it's going to have the popularity. And I'm sure that you can build it in such a way that like maybe you have a better Charizard matchup. I don't know what that way is off the top of my head because I'm not like thinking Mega Absol, but I would assume that there's a way that you can beat it, especially because they're not playing Mist.
Right? Yeah, I mean, right. I mean, Devo is what's been like talked about as a way for Zard, right? And you play a little more like resource war style, like expend. You go early Eerie, you go like early Eerie, early hand control type of thing. Devo disruption, try to kind of throw them off of that and try to again like run them out of resources and put them in a behind position, but. I mean, but again, there's still some issues with that if you can allow them to.
All right, hear me out. Ends plan, E-switch, power up another guy.
Oh, we need more energy acceleration, right? I mean, I'm playing energy sticker before I'm playing Ends plan.
Yeah, no, I know.
Give me the coin flip chance, right?
No, I mean, like another way to set up another Absol plus clean the one up would be good. And
yeah, I think when I think about Mega Absol right now, like yes, it's a deck to be ready for. Now, is it a deck that you need to beat to win a tournament? I think for a while the answer was yes. I think we could be entering a period now where that answer is no.
I mean,
again, if Mega Absol as the deck doesn't exist, we don't need to play as much Turo. We don't need to play as much Switch. We don't need to play as much like Cornerstone outs, right? That just,
if Evital in general is down in play, yeah,
right. Then you can maybe get a little greedier with some of these cards. But likely if there's top players playing it, honestly, like it seems like there's a ton of Japanese players that really enjoy this that made the trip for LAIC.
Sure, sure.
So like, if you're going to Toronto and you see that like, there's like 40 Japanese players attending Toronto, then I'm like, all right, I got to be ready for Mega Absol.
Put your switches in.
Right. Right. I mean, some of those pieces. But again, decks are built better around it. They're playing Jet Energies, right? I mean, like the Zard low punny decks are playing Jet Energy. Even like Terra Box is or like EV Box playing Jet Energy, right? You're throwing Jet Energy in like weird spots. All the Dragon Bolts are playing Turo, Guardies were playing Turo, right? So like everyone was kind of ready for this.
That's fair.
So
That's fair.
Mega Absol, right? I mean, what Mega Absol wants to see is, again, not a good run in Stuttgart. People disrespect the deck and are not ready for it, and then it shows up in tournaments later in this format when people aren't ready for it. Until then, right? It's that you only need to beat it. Like you don't like if you're not expecting a lot of it, you don't need to beat it. But when you think you don't need to beat it is when it's best.
That's right.
So it's a little bit of that catch-22. So again, I think there's plenty of people who like to go into tournaments saying, hey, I'm gonna be ready for this deck, right? Eric and I, right back for Worlds 2024, we were like, we want to have a good time in a Snorlax. We walked in saying like we didn't want to lose to Snorlax, so we played Turo plus Palpad, right? Yep. Which isn't the way you play Fragi Drago as was determined, but for that tournament, I beat my lax when I needed to, right? And that's kind of what mattered, type of thing. So yeah, I think those choices are impactful, like you said. Now, again, if you don't know how to play your deck at all in the Mega Absol, like you got to at least know that.
You got to at least know the game plan. Yeah, I agree with that. So let's talk about like what decks look like going forward and what like the future of these decks are. There was some discourse about, is this Dawn Zard? Is this like now a blueprint, right? Because think about when Arven Zard was kind of created. That was our blueprint of like a lot of these decks going forward. Is Dawn now going to be more played in other decks? Like, for instance, like you're going to start seeing it in more Dragapults. You're going to start seeing it in more not Grimstyle, but other decks that are stage 2 Gardevoir, right? Is Gardevoir going to start playing Dawn, right?
Yeah, I mean, go ahead and pull up Nikolai's list real quick, just so we can like talk about that a little bit as a template. So again, and I saw there was a great thread on it that was just kind of speculating different ideas, including even some more like rogue choices, right? Things like Hydreigon and things like Slacking.
Sure.
But basically the idea of saying, hey, I'm going to play a couple basic Terra Pokemon. I'm going to play a Noctowl, Pidgeot, Fanrotom engine, plus whatever my main attacking line is, and use Dawn and Jewel Seeker as like the glue to hold that together. Does that work? I think ultimately, yes. Like that's a good way to like find your Pokemon and like find pieces that you need.
Sure.
I think where Zard stands out, and again, we've seen this always, right? Like why, Arven Zard was always better with Zard than other decks, and I think that this Dawn build is going to be better with Zard than other decks as well, because it's just like the energy acceleration.
The energy acceleration is just so good. Yeah.
Right. I think Terra Box, like you're playing Jewel Seeker, but like you have to play Crispin because that's like literally your only way to do anything. so now, like again, and why this is just better engine wise than a Terra Box is because you're not forced into playing Crispin every turn.
Okay, so hear me out.
You can go and evolve a Pokemon plus play Iono plus play Boss plus play something else plus use Dawn to find that support.
If energy acceleration is the problem, then why are we not just playing Conkeldurr?
I mean honestly, like this could work for Conkeldurr potentially.
Right?
I mean, you have basics you want to find too. I mean, with the Brute Bonnet, you need to find a new Terra partner. Again, probably. I know you're memeing with the Conkeldurr, but now I'm kind of probably the biggest problem with it is probably the biggest problem with it is like you have to play like a 2-prize like bench guy. Is probably like what is the trickiest part about it. But in theory, but also Conkeldurr is kind of a deck where it's like once you're rolling, maybe you're fine.
That's fine. Our A spec is Legacy Energy, and we put that on our 2-prizer.
Oh, there we go. Could be.
Yeah, I mean, I think the Dawn is going to be a good card, especially after we lose like Iono and we lose. Are we losing Research?
No. Yes.
Right. Yes. So Iono and Research are two big losses. I could see like a 4 Lily, 4 Dawn deck just being good, right? 4 Lily, 4 Dawn, 4 Pokepad. Like just find my Pokemon, give me 4 candies, like. Just do the thing.
Yeah, again, right, it's always interesting, and formats can always kind of like establish around like how we're building these decks. And I think, especially, right, I could see an interesting world, right, where Ultra Ball exists, say we lose like Buddy Poffin, right? We don't have like a great like ball replacement after that. We have like Pokepad. So between like Pokepad and Dawn, like if you're playing like a stage 2 like evolving deck, then maybe you're considering some counts of Dawn to find that. Again, as long as item lock is prevalent, Dawn is a great card to grab different pieces that you need. I think it's showing off here. Again, this like Zard with Noctowl plus Pidgeot is like a deck that was like, theorizing, kind of speculated. But again, Oscar Madsen was cooking, and here it is with first place.
I was gonna call out how like the championship winning deck is $38. I just love how playable our game is, man. It's the best.
I mean, honestly, 9 of that is Pheasantipity now. It's down in price, which is good.
Yeah.
I don't even know what the other most expensive cards in that are.
That's why I was like, looking at Prime because Charizard's still a good bit, $4 or $5.
So. Yeah, Charizard's $5 each. I'm checking. Fez is down to $5.76. You'd love to see it.
Jeez.
Yeah. Dawns are what?
$1.
40 cents each type of thing. Oh, the Pidgeot's still $4.50 each.
God,
interesting.
Really?
Yeah.
A bunch of Pidgeots. You sell them. Who wants Pidgeots? All right. So I want your opinion on what's the deck to beat for Toronto.
Deck to beat for Toronto.
Like if you were going to Toronto, what are you playing? What do you think is the best play? What is the deck to beat? What is the biggest threat? Is it
unfortunately I am going to Toronto. Biggest deck to beat. Here's the thing, like, I want to say Zard because we saw such a higher increase in play rate, right? It's dominating the ladder right now. It's a deck that people are confident in. But I feel like if we take our eye off Gardevoir, it's just going to go win another North American event.
Right, because the way I see it is like, okay, what beats Zard in theory? Out of the big decks, what beats Zard in theory?
Pull.
What beats Pull?
Guardy.
What beats Guardy?
Zard, maybe.
Maybe, right?
Goldengo, maybe. Like,
it's like... It's like just super big round robin that we just keep going through, man.
And that's why, like, now more than ever, it's like if you like any one of those 4 decks, just play it and be like, okay, I'm gonna beat what I'm good against, and I'm gonna lose what I'm bad against.
Yeah.
And hopefully you hit more of what you're good against, or you scam games that you're bad against, like, and just go from there.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, moving on to our trivia segment. I do have to give you a quick fun trivia segment. Before we do, a quick shout out to FCBC. I got my Blood Reds here always. I have a deck that I've been cooking. Maddox, you're aware of what the deck is. Most of Twitter is aware of it if they read through my cryptic tweets. But I will be sleeving it up in these Blood Reds tomorrow. So you've been warned, coming to local soon.
And there we go. I wonder what it could ever possibly be. Yeah. This is my old Joltik course. I don't think you're playing these.
But
maybe the other cards.
Get that Joltik out of here, dude. You know what the best Joltik is?
What?
Magnemite.
That is certainly a take.
I'm just saying, the Magnemite's better.
That is certainly one of the takes of all time.
All right. I have my trivia question before we move on to our next segment.
All right, what you got?
According to Limitless, our favorite website, what trainer cards from Phantasmal Flames did not make day 2 at Stuttgart? What trainer cards did not make day 2 at Stuttgart?
Man. Where's I gonna remember all the trainer cards? That's pretty brutal. Okay, so let's talk about the ones that did, right? So I'm sure like Blowtorch and Dawn made it. Battle Cage surely made it. I think Risky Ruins made it, I believe.
Risky Ruins is not in Phantasmal Flames.
Oh yeah, sorry, it's not, yeah. What's the other stadium in this? I don't know my trainers enough. That's why I need Parker.
I mean, you know what every card in Standard does, so.
Well, I know what every card in Standard does, but I don't know. I don't have them all memorized for the set. I don't know which cards are in the set. If you tell me the name of any of these cards, I'm sure I know what they do.
I mean, do you think I should be helping you out and giving you the list of trainers, and you pick which ones didn't make day 2?
Yeah, I mean, I could probably work with that. Yeah,
is that what I should be doing? To be
if you want to make this just
okay.
If you want to give me something.
All right. Okay, give me a second. I
can pull it up on my side if you need me to.
No, I got it. Just give me a second. I'm just trying to think of the set name. Phantasmal Flames. No, not Phantom of the Opera.
Nice.
Okay. Phantasmal Flames set list.
Okay, I'm looking on my side too.
Okay.
Oh, there isn't a lot of trainers. Oh, Dizzying Valley was the stadium I was
Yeah,
thinking
Dizzying
of.
Valley is a stadium.
Okay, that one definitely did not make it. That's a terrible card.
Okay. Did not.
Grimsley's move? Probably not. I think Jumbo Ice Cream made it. Punk Helmet did not. Sacred Charm did not. Wondrous Patch. I believe that there's like probably a 300 place like Alakazam that got a Wondrous Patch limitless entry. Fire Breather. That card's kind of bad. Like, I don't think anyone's cracked it yet, but someone had. Okay. I think Battle Cage made it. Blowtorch made it. Dawn made it. Jumbo Ice Cream made it. Wondrous Patch made it. Everything else did not.
So you're saying Fire Breather, Grimsley's Move, Punk Helmet, Sacred Charm, Dizzying Valley. Those 5.
Nope. They did not.
Okay. All right. Out of the 5 that you got, you did get 4 of them right.
Oh.
One of them did make day 2, and that is your only incorrect answer. Would you like to make one last guess at which one of your 5?
So the 4 that I said all made it. So one of them that didn't.
One of your 5 that you said that did make day 2, and the other 4 did not. Okay. So which of your 5 did make day 2?
I got to go Grimsley's move. I think someone just tried to make it work with like the Gengar or something.
All right, Grimsley's move did not make day 2. The card that did make day 2 is Blowtorch.
Well, I said it made day 2.
There was one more. What was that?
Fire Breather.
Fire Breather. Fire Breather made day 2.
Oh, Fire Breather made it? Wait, who played it? Well, they played it.
Of course, the Typhlosion deck, right?
Well, no, it plays Eden's Adventure.
This one, yeah.
We did get a fire one that worked.
Yeah.
Cerulege.
Goldingo Cerulege deck. With 3 copies of Fire Breather, 9 copies of Fire, and 2 Cerulege line. But one of the Ceruleges is the single prize variant of the Cerulege, which is kind of a cool tech for the mirror, honestly. Like,
yeah, I like it. Yeah,
I don't hate it. The Fire
Everyone's playing their Vitality Bands and their Premium Power Pros. You're like, nope.
Hit you the Legacy Energy too.
Yeah, this is a cool list.
This is a cool list. I like this list. It's
glad someone got it working. I was trying to. I couldn't quite get the pieces. Hopefully 3 Fire Breather and like the 1 Arven's, the 1 Pokegear's enough to find it when you need it.
Yeah, it probably. Like you hit Zard, you're like they go like Zard, you're like cool. Fire Breather, give me all 9 of my fires from all 7, like 7 fires from the deck. And you're like, all right.
But it's like you just have to draw into it though, which is my problem. Like I was trying to like play a secret box. You get like Arven for secret box to grab the Fire Breather.
You draw so many cards, right? Like,
but is it enough? But like you can't guarantee it.
You can't guarantee it, but you can maybe guarantee it. You got 1 copy of Cypher. You can guarantee it for next turn.
We need to play a support. That's what I mean. Like it maybe feels a little too slow, but I don't know. But hey, cool to see. I did not respect Fire Breather, but shout out to Fire Breather.
Yeah, I thought Blowtorch was going to be the 1 card that didn't make day 2. I was kind of like, this is, a little weird to me.
I felt like someone was going to play in a Zard, and then they'd even be like, yeah, this card was terrible, but like...
What was funny? One of the Wondrous Patches list.
What was it?
There was a guard board deck that played...
Changing the cards, yeah.
Wondrous Patch.
Again, when you're playing Diancie, like, again...
Yeah, against
playing Turbo Energize and just power up, throw 2 energy on a Diancie. It's like, okay, deal with this.
Yeah, this is 186th place Guardy list. Played the Relicanth, which I don't really know what that's good for. I guess it's
no, that's good. No, it's because you can go Jellicent active and then use the you can use Jellicent active and use the Frillish attack, which again plays around the boss as well.
Yeah. So I saw it and I was like, at first I was like, what is this for? Like it has to be for the Shining Gloom, but I don't know.
Maybe it seems trolling, but kind of funny.
Seems a little weird. Yeah. For sure. But let's play the 1 patch that I set up a Diancie. Kind of cool. All right, let's move on to our next topic, which is pace of play and chess clocks and urgency and players not playing to their fullest, fast potential, but not really slow playing. Anyways, this kind of stemmed from Azul's tweet initially. I was watching Azul's stream this weekend, and there was definitely just like a lot of players not playing with a sense of urgency. And, Maddox, I love you, but since we have been playing with each other, you play with a lot more urgency now compared to when you
Mhm,
used to. So like I think you were probably a good example of like understanding how to like adapt to this sense of urgency.
mhm.
Um, but a lot of people talk about chess clocks and like, okay, is a chess clock the move? What are your thoughts on this whole situation? Given your experience, and do you have any solutions that you'd recommend for like the world, or you know, critiques for
Yeah,
players to kind of learn and get better?
yeah, I have some thoughts. I think first off, I did want to say just look at Azul's tweet because I hadn't seen it lately, but it's saying after watching the stream this weekend, the only conclusion I came to was that we need chess clocks in the game. That I think is a bit of a bold take, and he even
Oh,
said
yeah,
later
you
he was
did
like,
quote tweet it, yeah,
yeah, later he was like, well, I wasn't being serious. He said chess clocks are cringe. Just lock in and play with some urgency.
yeah,
So I think like the pace of play brings up an interesting thing and it brings up like a bit of a divide in the community almost,
hmm
or not even in the community, but just like player base, right? So you have so in theory, right, when you go to your best of one locals, 30 minutes. I think 30 minutes is probably like the ideal amount of time for a game of Pokemon.
yeah,
If I could just pick an amount of times to say, hey, 30 minutes, a loose 30 minutes like that, 35 if it's newer
sure,
players, right? Whatever. It's like that's probably like the perfect amount of time for a game of Pokemon. That's like all you need. Like again, that's everyone can kind of leisurely do their thing, plenty of time to see a game to its conclusion. So again, when you play in a tournament structure, you want more games, and then you want to play, you want a best of three, but you don't want it to take all day. So you end up in this weird like best of three, 50 minutes, which
still takes
you
all
know,
day.
which again, yeah, still takes all day. But then you run into situations where you have these like incomplete games of Pokemon where you need to play at a certain speed, to even get a game down in like 20 minutes type of thing, or you need to like concede early. And the problem is, I don't have to go to a new player who's at their first regional playing in best of
Yep,
three
right,
and be like, oh, hey, yeah, like it's actually optimal for you to concede this game, you know,
yeah,
on the second turn of the game to give yourself a better chance, right? Because like we just like most people play Pokemon to play Pokemon.
that's right,
So like the concept of saying, you need to know that you should be conceding early as opposed to seeing your opponent play it out on the table. Like there's that mentality, right? Ash Ketchum never gave up, right? Ash Ketchum never said, "Hey, GG, let's go next," right? It's like I believe in my Pokemon that we can find a way to win. Like we all want that mentality, and like
sure,
maybe I hit him with this Iota to one, I pull off this incredible 6-1 comeback. But you and I know it's like, okay, hey, I'm down like 3-6. Like I should probably just pack this up and like try again, right? Like
you're down 3-6, and your opponent's played zero bosses orders, and they play four.
right, right, yeah, exactly. Like I mean, or, like I mean, and again, and I think Worlds is a great example because I would be playing some Goldango mirrors, and they would all just like, I knew I played Iona, but I kind of assumed they didn't play Iona, so there'd be a lot of times where it's like, okay, they're behind on the prize exchange, and be like, all right, yeah, we'll go next because they just do. It's like I'm like I can't disrupt you. Like if we just each keep doing what we're doing, we're gonna complete the game, or like I lose this game.
Mhm.
So how do we fix that? I almost think it's more of like that player knowledge type of thing. And it's really hard to fix that at a regional.
Yeah,
It's just tough. I mean, some people are content playing a longer set. Some people know if they take a longer time and win a game one, then that's all they really need if they win a 30-minute game one. I think probably the biggest things that can be done are really just one, uniform enforcement of the rules.
yeah, I agree with that.
It's very hard to say, what is considered slow playing versus like, what is just someone who's figured out their turns. I think most like, most slow playing at tournaments is not malicious.
No, not
There
by
is
any
some
means,
malicious
no.
slow play, but but like when you look at like the average player, they're just saying, how do I win this game? Which is
Or
again more
even
playing
just
Pokemon,
like,
especially when
like there's some people like I'm playing Alakazam because it's my favorite deck and I love drawing a bunch of cards. And
Mhm.
it's the Dunsparce, and they shuffle, and then they go, oh, well, I wanted to go nest ball something. Right. So they shuffled the Dunsparce and they wasted time, and that, just that alone. But it's just that they don't have the experience to know and be that efficient with like shortcuts, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. For me, I think all of your points are super valid, right? Like, I don't want to make any new player not feel welcome. I don't want to I don't want to like make anyone not feel that they're good enough, right? That's not what, that's not in anyone's intent, right? But like,
Mhm.
there is a certain standard that applies when you go to a regional tournament.
Mhm.
You're paying money to enter a tournament that has rules and has cash prizing. And if I tie too many times, that that can be detrimental to my tournament run and my ability to do well.
Mhm.
So there is some kind of like other side of it that like there has to be something. For me, I think one of the major pieces, and you touched on it, is like the rule enforcement. And part of the rule enforcement is this outlandish time that we're in with prize checking, right? Let's just say, for argument's sake, that I'm judging a regional, and I want to hold all players that I see accountable prize checking and say, 15 seconds. That's all you get. What's your next action?
Which again, by the letter of the rule, there is no provision for prize checking
Right.
or a first time deck search getting more time.
But if I if
It's just
I
kind of like
did
a
that,
general. That's like just like a right. It's just
if
kind of
I
a
did that as
rule.
a
Yeah.
judge, but other judges didn't, then is that fair for the tournament's integrity? Right. The answer to that's probably a no.
Mhm.
Right. So how do we control this prize checking? Because it does take. I mean, if you just like, I know there was a tweet out there that I think Robin Schultz retweeted about like the average time of
Mhm.
people's first deck search being, over a minute for sure,
Yeah.
like on average, and that's just on average. Um, that's 1 minute per game per person. That's 6 minutes per session. That's 44 minutes for 3 games. That's a big portion of your time.
Mhm.
I think what's 6 divided by 50? That's like close to like 8% of your match is just a deck search.
Well, more
That's
than
just your
that, right?
first
It's
deck
like
search.
I mean, yeah, you're pushing like 12%.
That's not any of your other deck searches that you're gonna do. That's just that deck search. Not even counting like shuffling and things. Um, so I think maybe there needs to be something related to like prizes. Um, there's lots of things that have been thrown out. There's, hey, like put your prizes out. Take a look at them, shuffle them up, put them. Let your opponent cut, put them back. There's draw 13, put 6. Right. I think we need to start seeing something along those lines so that we can get away from like just the wasted time at the start of every game. Um,
Yeah. The tricky part with that is, price checking has been the exact same ever since the start of the Pokemon TCG. So it would be like quite the departure to have a change from that.
right, but now there's a lot more players playing.
That's fair. That's fair. So I mean, still a more drastic change, but something that is doable, right? And even drawing 13, placing 6, keeping 7 is still,
That takes some time
fair.
too.
I mean, but that's still fair, somewhat to like an idea of like the game, the original game type of thing. Um, I think, yeah, I guess part of something else that I was thinking about is I can't remember now, but I think it's at least in my perspective as somebody who's starting from playing the game casually, like playing it more competitively, right? There's a little bit of this element of okay, well, this is what the top players are doing, and this is what I'm allowed to do, so I should be doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So, say, right, if I wanted to be right, say I'm self-enforcing, I can only spend 15 seconds on each deck search.
Mm-hmm.
But knowing full well that I can easily take 2 minutes to check every single card in my deck
Mm-hmm.
and what's there and what's not, like it's beneficial for me to take that advantage to do a full price check rather than say, oh, well, it's 15 seconds, so I can't. Right. I think we would need to see not only like a rules. I mean, again, we need to see like a player culture shift that it probably has to come through a rules enforcement.
Right.
Where if they go say, hey, starting in the 26-27 season,
Yeah.
If there's any period of less than 20 seconds where an action is not taken, you'll be given a warning or a penalty, right? I mean, that changes things significantly. Any judge can go pull up your table, start a timer for 20 seconds, and if you haven't done something, instant penalty. Right? I mean, like that's like an extremely drastic level of like prize and of time checking. But if something like that does happen, then that does significantly improve the pace of the game.
Sure.
Because it's not just the price checking; it's people
It's
taking
just
a
so
long
hard
time.
to judge, from a judging perspective. That's like, even if I come over and I pull out my stopwatch and I do that, you know, I do that and you say, "Oh no, I checked my discard. That's an action," or whatever. I did something that you didn't see, and that should have restarted that 15 seconds, right? Like, there's so many like he shed she sheds there that's going to be like tough. That it's really hard to judge in combat, like.
Yeah. Again, I've had the judging experience, but checking your discard pile is not an action.
No, for sure it's not. It's not.
Yeah. So I think
There was
I'm
definitely a
saying a
player
person.
on stream today this weekend that was like, before they promoted, check their opponent's discard pile, checked his hand, checked his discard pile, checked his opponent's discard pile, checked his discard pile again, then checked his hand, then promoted. Like, that's,
Yeah, I mean, again, and this is a little bit of the problem, right? We want play, I actually maybe here's the discussion, right? There's two schools of thought. Do we want players to have enough time to play the game as perfectly as possible,
right.
or is being able to play the best you can in the time you have an element of it?
It is both. It is definitely both. But I like the second part better. Like, when I watch a player like Emma or Piper play at the speed they play, love it. Love it. Like, you're just like flawless with your game. You've played your deck. You know what you're doing. You know, you're during your opponent's turn, you're thinking out your actions, what you're gonna do. If they do this, I do this. Right. And they know all these things. Like, they're just calculating all those things throughout a turn. I definitely don't think chess clocks is the answer. That's not the answer. I do I am curious to try like 60 minutes best of three, kind of like Full Grip does for their, events. Um, I've seen them have good success. I think their tie rate's down to like less than 10%, like 8% they said. So that's pretty good. But again, you give more time, people will still take more time and they'll still use it, right? Like, it's just, there's always going to be an argument to everything. If there's a rule out there, people are going to bend and try and break it. That's just what competitive tournaments are.
Exactly. I mean, and that's the tricky part where it's like, when I say that, is the goal to see players play optimally or play the best they can, even if they make mistakes in the time they have? Like, in a way, you almost want to see everyone have enough time to make all the correct decisions, like to think through all these like complicated lines and like find the right way. But again, that is where it comes down to chess a little bit, right? Players will take more times in chess to think farther through in iterations of a certain move, but they have to have, time as a commodity somewhere. So I think chess clocks are very difficult to introduce and introduce a little lopsidedness.
Yeah.
And also chess clocks don't really introduce a factor for like how many games there are to be played.
There's just too many variables of chess clocks,
which also kind of adds a lot. And also I play an iron bundle. I use iron bundle. Okay, now it's to flip back to me. Right, I play as a row 6 machinations.
Yeah,
is that right? Like
so
there's all these like these other little micro interactions. Like, how does that affect?
You go eerie and you slam the thing, wait on your opponent to show the hand.
Yeah. You're forced to do exactly. Yeah.
I don't know. I said this on Twitter, and it is an unpopular opinion. I think the double game loss for a tie is somewhat okay. I don't hate it.
In a best of 3 format, I think that's too harsh.
I don't think it is. If you and your opponent cannot play the rules of the game and finish a best of 3 to have a result, you both lose. It's on you and your opponent. It's on both of you to finish the game. I mean, I think it was Pablo. Wancho said they're playing that in their format, and everyone's playing so much faster.
Well, if you consider that is a 1-0 a game win, is a match win.
Is 1-0 yeah, for sure.
So like now we're at the moment for like with one additional turn, we're now from one player clearly winning to both players losing.
Yeah.
In a way that like almost if you play a long enough
match.
If you play a long enough game, or if one of the games can take long enough time, then you almost like lose incentive to like play a second game.
Fair.
Because like if you're playing a game that like okay, you like basically time has progressed where you can no longer gain any benefit from playing this game. Your only benefit is like the only thing you can do is like cause your opponent to lose.
So like give the example, right? Let's 50 minutes.
Okay, so
you win a 30-minute game of 1.
Yeah, exactly. I win a 20-minute best of 1. I win a 20-minute game 1, and now game 2 is going on, and now my goal is not win the game. My goal is not lose. So then I play a very like slow, grindy game, utilizing as much time as I can. And for my opponent, they say, "Listen, even if I somehow win this game, I won't have time to win a game 3."
So they still
so why do you even bother playing?
I mean, they should then pick up their pace of play to try to win faster.
But you can only control half of your pace of play.
Or
pace of the match.
You can control your pace of play game 1, and you can control your opponent's pace of play game 1 within the rules. If
Yeah, but like
everyone is bound by the same
the 20 or
rules,
25-minute game one is like reasonable time.
sure. And a 10 to 15, 20-minute game two is also reasonable. And then you got
But
10 minutes to finish game three.
if one player isn't allowing for that to happen,
Well, then if they're not within the rules, you should be calling judge.
I mean, like
I'm just saying, like, we got to do something because, like, the current format is not working. There's too many ties on stream specifically. And maybe it's the stream just needs more time.
I think stream specifically. I mean, the biggest thing is, when you're on stream, you have the headset
Yeah,
going
for sure.
on, you have lots of noise,
For
you have
sure.
tables while you like things. Also, like, I don't think there's a posted clock. I know, like, when I'm playing on like at a regional, looking at the tables, I'm like checking the clock. If there's one nearby, I'm checking it constantly. If not, I've written down what time it was when I started, and I have it on my watch.
Right.
And I think, like, even a posted clock would help somewhat with people to be able to think about the time more. Because I think, especially some of those early stream rounds, players aren't thinking about the time.
Sure.
Players are saying, "Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to be on stream.
You're right.
Oh gosh, I'm up against Tord. Okay, I'm on stream for the first time, and I'm against Tord.
You're right.
I need to try to not screw up as much as I can." And then
No,
losing a 35-minute game one, and in game two,
I argue that stream games should get at minimum 5 extra minutes. Minimum.
now does that introduce unfair factors?
I don't think so because the unfair factor is that you're being streamed. And you're having to go through all these things of like, I got to put my prizes in a different location. I got to have this headset that I'm not used to. Right?
Now we add extra elements that actually change the course of the gameplay. So, like, for example, like if I'm playing a control archetype or a slower archetype, like now I'm incentivized by being on stream because I get more time to finish a match.
That's fine. There's no control over getting on the stream or not getting on the stream.
But then that makes it even worse, right? Where it says, okay, I'm a Snorlax control player that got put on stream, so I had time to win a game 3. Judges
I get what you're saying.
Like a hawk versus like out on the floor. Or if you're playing Snorlax solid and you lose the first game, game 2 is just never finishing.
I think no matter what's happened, we have shown there's no perfect solution, and there never will be.
Definitely no perfect solution.
There never will. There's always an argument for everything, and that's just how it's going to be. There's always going to be someone that's unhappy. There's always going to be someone that doesn't play fast enough. Just use the rules and call judge. That's all you can do.
I think the only change that we can see that would work is something that's probably impossible, which is like a true culture change of the players who say, hey, the acceptable pace of play is faster than what it is today.
Yeah.
But all the best players benefit from having that extra time. So I don't know if we're ever going to get there unless there's like rules specifically around the pace.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see what happens, as we move on. All right, let's move on to our next topic, and this will be our last topic for this episode. Going to talk about the off-meta decks that did well in Stuttgart. First up, we did talk about Joltik Dango. That was kind of like an off-meta deck at 9th place. We already showed their list. But next, we're going to talk about Fabian, his list. I've been playing Dragapult, Blaziken for a while, but it still is kind of an off-meta deck. 18th place. Just missed out on the top 16. I think he lost his win, and he said, got the single prize Blaziken that can, do some fire damage. Got Dragapult in here, obviously best attacker. 2 copies of Reversal Energy. Fire Chicken. What do you think, Maddox? You like Fire Chicken? Good deck.
I mean, Fire Chicken with Dragapult is always a cool deck. You're utilizing the Seething Spirit to accelerate some energy into play. It also gives you flexibility to play a bunch of different types of energy, which is really, really cool for this. I think also one thing, Fabian, respecting Retreat Lock significantly by playing a Petulant and Fez combo to use that. But also you play 3 Dark Energy because you're playing double Monkey Dory. So like
3 Dark is a lot of Dark.
You can attack with Irritated Outburst if you need to. So like, and again, as a great like efficient late game attacker. So I think really cool to see this deck. Again, it's one thing to just see it, in around the tournament. Oh, look, it got a 200. It's like, that's cool. But like, no, hey, this is like a top 32 deck pushing for top 16, piloted by a top player. I mean, honestly, like, this is a deck that if people are looking for something different to try, like, it's probably something they should pick up and give a shot because there's a lot of good options here. You have Bench Snipe, you have a big fire guy for Goldengo, right? I mean, like, there's a lot of good to this list.
You can use 2 Seething Spirits in one turn, right?
Yes, you can, yeah.
Cool. We're tackling the Fez in one turn. Let's go.
Yeah, if you need to, you can, exactly. So I mean, just so many cool options with this.
Oh,
Nice heavy supporter engine. So shout out to
science
Fabian
band
for
pretty good. Well, lines up some good 230 math on Phantom Dive.
exactly. I think it's also for the kick flurry. I think that hits 120. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know the full name of it, but you can hit now. It
Inferno
lets you
kick
KO
flurry.
Inferno kick flurry. Now lets you one shot a Goldango that's active type of thing. Plus
Sure.
KO Soul Rocker on the bench or something like that. So it can be pretty helpful for setting up some nice 3-price turns.
Like it. Like it. Congrats, Fabian. Nice list. Good luck in
Okay.
China.
Yeah. Before you jump to number 21st, your beloved, I do need to talk about number 20, Felix Christian,
Okay.
with not just straight Dragapult, but this is just straight Dragapult with a Toad Scroll with a 1/1 Jellicent EX line.
What is this, bro? How are we even getting out of the active once the jelly's in the act?
You don't need to. In most cases.
You got balloon plus energy, I guess, gets out of it if you do.
Or Turo. I mean, you're item blocking them, you're tool locking them, you're swinging for 80. I mean, like, that's just enough.
I mean, what is that even for?
Jelly, it's for Guardy. See, if you're tired of losing the item lock war with your Badoo against their Frillish, then you just go your own Frillish into your own Jellicent.
Okay.
Slow them down.
All right.
And again, you play boss around their Jelly. They don't play boss. like if you stick a Jelly in the active against Guardy, like they are stuck.
No, they got bundle. It's fine.
No, they're not playing bundle. So
yeah,
it's
cool
cool this
though.
year.
This is cool.
Yeah, I mean, very cool. Again, an innovation on like
20th place, pretty good.
We've seen. Exactly. I mean, like this is a very good showing. Double Monkey Dory. Again, we've seen like the straight Dragapult.
Look how many Goldangos he hit, bro. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 Goldangos.
His 2 losses were still to Goldango, so it's
what did he get
round
8?
This is the Tox box, I think, right?
Oh yeah, this is the Tox box.
Oh no, this is the pile. This is a Crispin's Corner pick we talk about later, but a nice pile of a deck. Anyone who can't see, this is like the poison. It's like the poison donk package plus a 1/1 Espathra EX plus a 1/1 Mega Lopunny plus like Sableye and Moltres to attack and Eviltal.
Right,
and you play 4 boss, so you play Alicia's Appeal, so you have a 5th boss.
I'm moving on to my favorite deck, 21st place. And is this the time for Raging Bolt? If Charizard's big time meta, is this the time for Raging Bolt? Charizard's weak to grass, guys. Not sure if you knew that.
And just to add here, this is a Owlless Bolt. Eric's preferred way to play Bolt. This is a 4 Crispin, 4 Sada with Unfair Stamp as the ace.
Yeah.
4 Pokemon Catcher.
Yes. 4 Crispin, 4 Sada, 4 Pokemon Catcher, 2 gear. We are KOing anything we want every turn, and we're going second. I like this list. It's consistent. It's got 2 energy retrievals, 1 stretcher. It even has a switch. If you get retreat locked, you're like, oh, you don't play Prime? I'll Evital you, and you just play the switch.
Yeah, switch and Iron Leaves. So a couple different ways out of the active.
4 Nest, 4 Ultimate, just straight consistency. Let's look at this guy's matchup spread. 10-2-2, 21st place. Pretty wild matchup spread, honestly. But did hit the Sharpedo in day 2, beat a Charizard. That's some good against Goldango, like just killing Goldangos too.
Yeah, I mean, pretty good. I mean, very, very good match spread here. I mean,
this is like a lot of different decks. A lot of different decks, yeah.
A lot of different decks.
Is he playing Slitherwing?
I think he is playing Slither.
Okay,
yeah, Slitherwing and Koraidon. No Baby Raging Bolt is a little bit of the sad stand.
No, we got Pokemon catchers, bro.
But yeah, you don't need to snipe the bench when you just gust them and Bellowing Thunder, I guess. Wild.
Yeah, interesting deck. I like it. It's a good.
It's super cool to see Raging Bolt with some success. And again, I think that's the best Bolt list by far, probably. And no Owls is really the standout.
No Owls is the best way to play the deck.
And next highest Bolt list is 135th with Owls.
No Owls. All right, moving on. 27th place or 26th? 27th.
27th, yeah.
Noah Mertz with none other than the Tanky Kangi, named by this podcast last week. Yeah, we got the 2 Cornerstone, we got Mega Kangaskhan, we got 4 Jumbo Ice Cream Pops, Sickles, 3 copies of Crispin, a Trolley, got some Turbo Energized. So this looks like Mega Absol, just Tanky Kangaskhan. So
yeah, I mean, you got a lot of ways to get energy going quickly. I mean, and again, this one is playing Turbo Energized plus Crispin, so
pretty good.
I mean, you can pretty reliably, get your attackers out quickly, which is super cool to see. I mean, you get a first energy attached into the active, turbo energize 2 to the bench, hit up with a Crispin the next turn, and then by then you're already rapid fire comboing and use your trolley to get out your Bouffalance with Curly Wall. There's some Monkey Dories. Like
It's pretty solid.
pretty solid.
4 gear.
Jumbo ice,
You're getting whatever you want a lot of the time.
Jumbo Ice Cream in this also does seem very scary. We did talk a lot about Tanky Kangi. I've played 2 games of Tanky Kangi on ladder over the past weekend. I had a Goldengo and with the Corner Stone out and a Raging Bolt. So I was like, this deck doesn't feel that good at all. But I think if I hit any other deck besides those, maybe it feels a little better. So
let's see. Let's check Tanky Kangi's matchup spread. Hit him a lot.
I beat control. Yeah, I guess it does beat a control deck. Yeah. So lost to a Dengo.
Lost the Garchomp. No.
Yeah, you got nothing for Garchomp, that's for sure. Andreas, who the Goldengo they lost to, what was their cornerstone out? They played Lucario. Second,
this one?
round two, the one they lost to. They played
Lopunny.
Oh, Lopunny. Okay, yeah, Lopunny and the Cram. Yeah, it's a little tricky to deal with. So.
Well, I want to call out is the abuse of Charizard. Beat 4 Zards.
Hey, maybe this is the deck for that.
Maybe this is the deck that beats Zard.
Well, the problem is like you're never getting to 330. You're never getting to. It's hard to get to 300, but like you can't get to 360 because of the Bouffalance.
I mean, you just have to like Dusknoir one of them, right, and like go from there.
Yeah, but also but you could just put 3 Bouffalance into play if you wanted to. I mean, even if they chase them down.
Sure, yeah, 3 Bouffalance.
Also, the problem is you have to like hit it. Like if you ever have to hit into Kangaskhan, they just like push all the damage back. And also, like if Kangaskhan ever just flips 3 heads in a row, then your Zard just goes down in one shot anyways. So you just got like unintentionally like kamikaze by bad luck. Seems pretty tough.
It does seem tough, yeah.
Plus they have Cornerstone, right? So if you don't have a Cornerstone answer, then you just lose that straight up. So.
Oh, that's true, actually, yeah. I know I saw there was a Charizard deck. I don't know what place it was that was playing close to Gabriel Fernandez's list with the Gouging Fire tech.
Oh, nice. That is definitely a strong counter.
28th place, right below this, the highest placing Lopunny Dusknoir. This does opt for the Pidgeot and the Badoo. Also plays a Fan Rotom. Is that normal?
I haven't seen it too much. I mean, like it's a solid inclusion.
I mean, a Poffin finds you Baneri, Fan Rotom. Fan Rotom finds you Pidgey, Ditto, and another Baneri, or even Pidgeotto.
Yeah, or Pidgeotto.
That's
yeah, I mean, Fan Rotom. It's nice that like it turns just like one ball card into enough to get set up.
That's pretty good.
The problem with like Fan Rotom's a good attacker also, but also like in this deck you don't really want to like attack early, as like backwards as it sounds. Because like you want to be behind and you want your full value lilies. So like just because you can go like Fan Rotom Jet, take a knockout, like you probably don't always do that. I think probably the benefit here is yeah, I agree. I think probably the benefit here is you can go like one Buddy Poffin turns into your disruptor of choice, be it Klefki or Badoo, and Fan Rotom, which gets you the rest of the squad. It's kind of pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Or like a Dust Skull plus Fan Rotom. Like, I think it just puts less, like it lets you need less ball cards to get set up basically, right? You can go Fan Rotom plus Dust Skull.
How many games of Lopunny do you have?
I probably have like 10 or so.
Okay, that's way more than I do. Is Enriching really the best ace spec?
I haven't spent enough time with it. I mean, the reason you play Enriching is just because you play like enough of the Hilda count, and also that like you just kind of need like neutral energy attachments. I mean, the real reason is that like you don't need that much energy to win the game.
No, I get that, but like, is it really the best ace spec?
I mean, there's a lot of other good ace specs, so like, there's probably options. I think you don't always have a lot of draw, and I think
even unfair stamp maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at it is like you're trying to build to like a god hand and just like do everything you want. So I see Enriching Energy like lets you find that. Now, is that better than like Secret Box to just find what you want? Discarding seems pretty tough.
Even Legacy just to fix the prize trade or something. I think there's so many better ace specs.
Yeah, I think you want full control of the prize trade because you're popping Dusknoirs and like you want your opponent to like follow a predictable path. So I could see that type of thing. Yeah, I don't know if Enriching Energy is the best. That's what I've been playing. It's like Hilda for it. There's a lot of times you can get good value from it, and also like it's one of those cards that is like neutrally good. I think an ace spec that is good in all parts of the game, there is some value to that. So it's just kind of like, hey, might as well draw some cards, I guess.
I was just gonna look and see like these lists. What did they play?
Yeah, what ace specs were chosen.
Yeah,
if we have enough deck data for it.
Deck?
On the main Limitless page, if you go to decks, you can choose the archetypes there. When I see the detailed card breakdown, we see that Enriching Energy is in 91% of the decks.
Okay.
The other ace spec, if one was used, was Prime Catcher in the other 0.9% of the decks.
Yeah, even Prime seems good for sure. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm just wondering about the Enriching Energy. I don't see it being the best, but I guess it could be.
Again, a little bit of an underexplored archetype, so I'm excited to see more innovation here. But again, showing up strong with a
top 32 finish. That's cash, baby.
Good. We got a lot of decks to get through, so
yeah, we do. Yeah, just on the outside of cash, Garchomp with the Toad Scroll and the Cynthia Spiritomb. This seems like a straightforward, like good Garchomp build that probably hits some decent matchups.
Yeah, I mean, no real spice here. Only one Premium Power Pro. Also,
it hits. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, it's some Dangos with the Toad Scroll, which is good.
2, no.
Lost the Toad Scroll. You hate to see it.
Oh goodness. Okay.
But a 5-2-1 that plays all the way, and went on a nice run. So shout out to them for that.
Yeah, shout out to Garchomp. I think Garchomp's a good deck. I think it's also underexplored a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, like 4 Boss, 4 Argon, 4 Lilies plus Prime Catcher. Like you just have like so much you can do. Like pretty solid there. Here's the big one. So, yeah, 37th place Slacking. Duskner.
No Dawn.
No Dawn because he got Grand Tree.
True. The Boomerang Energy is so funny in this.
It really is.
Like, I know it makes sense, but it's just hilarious.
I mean, you don't really see any other decks playing it. You have how many Ignition Energy do you have there?
Oh, 2.
Is it full 3 Ignition Energy?
Just the 1 Watchtower, Leo.
Yeah, I mean, again, most decks. Well, I guess
Alakazam is like all you need.
Most decks have it. Well, most decks have an EX in place. Like, I think it's fine. And also, again, you can use
Alakazam with this deck, you just lose like instantly. They play 4 Battle Cage. They play 4 Battle Cage. You just lose instantly.
They're playing 4 Battle Cage?
Like 3 to 4 Battle Cages, yeah.
No, I mean, honestly, like, you just do enough work with Fan Rotom. Like, if you just had Fan Rotom and Boss, like, 4 times, like, that's getting you 4 prizes. Like...
yeah, but then they're taking your 2 prizes.
No, you just keep using Fan. You don't put a Slacking and play again. I mean, what is it? No, you can attack with Vigoroth. Yeah, go check Vigoroth's attack. Sharp Claws 60 plus 20 if you flip heads, right?
Yeah, plus 60 if you get heads.
Plus 60, yeah, 120. Yeah, that's knocking out Kadabras. Easy peasy.
It's not knocking out Alakazams though.
Gotta do what you gotta do.
We got the black box training, but it doesn't work on.
Unfortunate. Truly unlucky.
All right, next up, speaking of Alakazam, the highest placing Alakazam list down in 50th place.
We got top 64 for Alakazam. We love to see it.
Ooh, 1 copy of Tulip. Yo, that's hot. 4 Dawn. Yeah, see, 3 Battle Cage. They're playing 3 Battle Cage, 2 Patch.
Oh. Double Enhanced Hammer.
This is a deck you play an Enriching Energy in. You put it on your Dunsparce, you Wondrous Patch to your Alakazam. That's a deck you play Enriching Energy in for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do like the 1 Jet. Again, Jet just being such a valuable tool to like have like a perma get out of retreat lock type of thing. So
if you use it the right way.
if you use it the right way.
And let's just call it out for everyone that doesn't know. If you ever hit a retreat lock deck, put the Jet Energy on your Dunsparce when you evolve it, and then put the Dunsparce back in the deck. And then immediately, and then attack with your Alakazam. And you literally cannot lose to retreat lock ever.
Exactly. I mean, Alakazam did get some good new tools. Again, the Dawn being a great setup tool for it to find all the stages of your Dunsparce and the Alakazam, plus Wondrous Patch, another way to accelerate energy.
Because which I think is a big thing. In theory, we could lose the Mega Absol.
Well, if you draw into it and they get rid of it. Yes. When you play Enhanced Hammer, so you get rid of their Mist. I mean, they have to choose to get rid of your Jet Energy or your Mist or your Enhanced Hammer. And you hit them with the second Enhanced Hammer anyways.
Yeah. Oh, true, because of the... Yeah. All right, congratulations. Alakazam doing well. All right, next up is my personal favorite. that made day 2 and did well. 62nd place, Goldango Typhlosion, baby. The trolley. We played this deck for a while, Maddox. The trolley seems okay. I can see the trolley being all right.
Yeah, this also was really cool to see. I mean, we saw it pop up a little bit right around NAIC. We each spent a decent bit of time playing this deck. I do like it a lot. Again, it just gives you a little more like variance in attackers and engine. Kind of never really saw success. We have to look through the archives and see if this is the highest placing of this one. But again, cool to see it. Just getting a new tool with the blowtorch. Trolley just being a great sub-support. And again, so much Goldango. Like, what better Goldango tech than just a full 3-3-2 tech fire line that just
the problem with
the
3-3-2 is like, sometimes, man, you just don't set up well, and they just keep bossing, man. They have 4 boss.
Yeah, but you got Super Rod. They knock out 3 Citadels, you bring it right back.
They got Soul Rock. It's tough out here.
It is, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Let's see. Out of the ones at the bottom, what do you want to call out?
I guess just as the Goldango enjoy, we'll take a look at the Goldango Alakazam real quick at 190th.
All right. I like little Alakazam. If you don't want to play Alakazam by itself and you don't want to lose to a Mist Energy, you can play Goldango Alakazam with
we have the
E-Search Pro.
E-Search Pro. I mean, you're playing the Psychics. Plays 2 Levincia. No Monkey Dory's a bit unfortunate, but you gotta. Has the E-Hammer for the Mist Energy also. Well, I mean, that's your cornerstone answer though, so you kind of need it, right? You need like Alakazam.
Yeah, sure. Cornerstone Mist.
So you need something, yeah. So it makes sense. Cool to see. 3 Arven seems a little suspect.
The Sapphire lineup is very sus.
Yeah.
3 Arven, 2 Cypher, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, I almost, like, if you're playing solo Arvens, like, you almost want more Cyphers because, like, any Kadabra or any Goldango becomes, like, your +2 to draw off the Cypher. Yeah. So, I don't know. I mean, cool to see. Deck I might try at some point, but good to see some Energy Search Pro love.
There's not enough evolution finding in this deck either for me.
Now you just draw into it, and you have done a sec.
You're right. You just Cypher for Kadabra Alakazam.
You have the 1 Ultra Ball and 1 Rare Candy, so you can go right from an average.
Yeah, except for Alakazam. For me, you know where I'm going.
We gotta talk Sharpedo.
229. We're going Sharpedo, Toxtricity, the best placing list. 6 ties, Bastion. Come on, man. I need you to pick up your urgency, man. Because this deck shouldn't be tied. We're a beat stick. We don't need to be tied. Does play the Brute Bonnet, which is an interesting inclusion with the deck. I like it. Because the single prize attacker just be able to hit pretty hard is pretty solid. Cape did opt for the Cape. Max, last week you were a big hater on Sharpedo. You played 0 games. How many games you got? How you feel about Sharpedo? How do you feel about this Sharpedo making top 256?
Yeah, I think I have like 3 games of Sharpedo now. So, and I think I am undefeated in all of them. So I just don't know if the deck is it yet.
Best deck in format confirmed.
I feel like I kind of did need to like constantly like sack a little bit to like do well.
Nah.
That's but I do like how this is built. Again, some of the Toxbox elements. I think the Brute Bonnet's just a really strong attacker. You have the Evil Tall. You have like a lot of cool options in here that's just enabled by the Toxtricity. Mega Sharpedo, just like a good attacker into a lot of matchups. But again, I like this list better than some of the other ones that I've been playing because you have those single prize options that like can get in there and like do significant damage. So you're not just 3 prize beat stick deck, which you lose with. So I think pretty cool to see. Also, like the list I've been playing hasn't had Super Rod. And I really like the idea of a Super Rod, especially if we're going like a lower energy count, just like cycle some of those resources back in. So you actually try to get like a double Toxtricity set up and like really chain those resources. So double like Toxtricity really important for like powering up like a Brute Bonnet. For example.
For sure.
So cool to see. Yeah, I mean, hey, exciting to see. I still was right, and it kind of flopped. It wasn't a big showing.
No one's playing it. That's why. If
but a 256 is solid.
Playing Sharpedo, it would have a good finish.
Yeah. Instead, Tord played, and Tord finished probably similarly to this person with a pile of a Zard deck.
300 with Charizard Pidgeot, with the Mega Charizard Ex and the 2/2 Baneri low pony line. I like this, right? It's another Mega on the field that enables the Oricorio, which is kind of cool.
I think it needs to be a Mega Fire.
Oh, it is Fire Mega. Can't read the card.
Yeah.
Only 3 Dawn. Come on, Tord. Superior.
Yeah, I mean, so again, I was
4
playing
Jet.
the list I've been playing is like similar to this. Again, without all the Mega Zard stuff, but like just like the Zard Pidgeot, like Lopunny, it's like very straightforward. Like Lopunny's your early aggression option, and then you have Zard for late game. And then really it's playing the, and then, it's kind of like there's this package that's kind of considered where, if you play the Mega Zard and the Oricorio and like Superior Energy Retrieval, then you can like turn this into like a one big play where you can go and like, I am powering up a Zard and I'm just hitting, 40, 50, 280 out of nowhere type of thing. So kind of cool to see.
It seems like take 8 prizes to win deck. Seems like that's what he's trying to go for, is like okay, here's a Lopunny early, knock this thing out eventually. You take 3 prizes. Cool. Here's a Charizard Ex. I'm going to unfair stamp you when I put it in the active. You have to go through it. And then after you go through it, I'm going to put a Mega Charizard, another Mega Lopunny in the active, right? Like, it makes sense. I see it.
Yeah.
I see the vision, the spice. Torn how to bring the spice. Let's do 2 more, Maddox. You pick one, I'll pick one.
Let's go pick the other, the 332, which this is a very neat pile of a deck. This is, again, like, actually, this is one we mentioned earlier. Actually, wait, it says they're playing same 60 as that other person we looked at.
The other person did not play Moltres.
Okay, but again, I don't even know what to call this. This is just like poison. I guess it's like a single prize poison like box deck. So again, you play like the core poison stuff, the 4 Perilous Jungle, 2 Baby Patch, 2 Brute Bonnet, Secret Box, 4 Ancient Booster plus 4 Carmine. But you have other options beyond that. So you have a 1/1 Lopunny, you have a 1/1 Espathra EX. You play Yveltal for Retreat Lock. You play a Moltres.
No way this is a good
for Goldengo.
There's no way.
I mean, I don't know if it is, but like it's funny.
You know why it's not a good deck?
Why?
There's 4 Carmine.
That's a good point. I mean, listen, I think the strategy is you just want to Carmine turn 1, and after that you just want to boss and take.
I mean, I think it's like ideally like half my games I'm trying to donk, and then the other half of the games I'm just like, oh, here's a Lopunny, here's an Espathra, deal with it, like.
Yeah, I mean, like I think you're just like scamming a bunch of prizes early, and then you just use like Bear or like Yveltal or like Lopunny. Like
super good. Our 5/1.
And then started 5/01, and then unfortunately tie loss, and then in day 2 lost 4/1/1 tied 1. So I don't know.
We got scammed not getting this deck on stream. That's for sure.
I know I could imagine this deck like didn't lose out in day 2. Like it'd be kind of cool. Maybe everyone knew they're playing Donk and started benching 2 things. Maybe
true. So. Next up for me, gotta go to we had the Tanky Kangi before, but now have you heard of Invincible Kangi?
Invinci Kang. This is the Kangaskhan Fortress deck with a Mega Bear.
So the funny part to me is the 2 copies of Forest of Vitality. It's just saying, hey, I'm gonna go Kangaskhan early, and then when I'm ready to attack, I'm gonna go Pineco Fortress, pop it, and then like. Well, there's no Klefki, so we just lose the side.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you can slow attach, I suppose.
We got no acceleration. Do we have the Ice Pop? Got the Scrapper, Crisis Punch. I mean, just a fun.
Of course, the 4 Ace Rolls Mischief to keep your 1 Kangaskhan invincible. The Mega Heracross is the cornerstone tech, which I think is very funny as well.
Oh, is that the cornerstone tech?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. All right, yeah, I mean, just Invincible Kangi, man. I got 4 Counter Catcher. We're just giving you 2 prizes, and we're bossing everything and KOing it,
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Fun to see.
Yeah, it is fun to see. But as we start to wrap up this episode, take a little bit of a look forward to the holidays coming up. It's going to be a slower season for us over the next month as we lead towards January to start talking about Toronto. So we're going to have some more like topics about like learning how to play and like teaching topics over the next couple of weeks that you'll see come out. We will take 1 week off, undetermined which week that will be yet. Probably Christmas makes the most sense.
No.
Take off Christmas because it comes out Thursday. I think Christmas is Thursday again. So yeah, that's going to do it for this episode of the Beach Court Podcast. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, press like, comment, subscribe below, and we'll be back with you next week. Hopefully,
thanks, everyone.
Parker.
Yep. Thanks, everyone.